Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Ben and this is the Smoking Hot Confessions podcast. Hey family, I hope you're well wherever you are and you got that thin blue smoke rolling. This is the very first episode of Season 5. This season covers the 2019 Australian Competitive BBQ Circuit and includes recordings from some of the biggest and best festivals from all over this beautiful wide brown land of ours. In short, I'm going to be spending the year flying, driving, eating, walking and talking my way around Australia, and I'm bringing you along for the ride. I'm kicking things off a bit early this year and hitting the ground running at the Kondari BBQ Festival on Australia Day. The Kondari Hotel is in Hervey Bay on the Central Coast of Queensland, and I was there competing on my friend Anthony's team, Bark BBQ. True to form, Australia Day lived up to its reputation. It was hot. Really, really hot. We had two 3x3 metre marquees up. The one in front was open and it was 45 degrees in the shade. That's 115 Fahrenheit for our American friends. The back tent was our camp kitchen, and with 3 walls up to keep the dust off the meat, it was 55 degrees or 130 Fahrenheit. Despite this, the competition was even hotter, but I'll save that for a surprise. Before we get into it, I'd like to let you know about our awesome new shop on the website. We've got our incredible Smoking Hot Confessions tumblers for keeping your cold drinks cold and your hot drinks hot, and also 2 amazing ebooks, 27 Lessons Learned from Competition Barbecue and The Bacon Manifesto. We're working on a new line of merch coming soon, so keep an eye out for that too. I'd also like to invite you to join us at the Smoking Hot Confessions community on Facebook. If you're looking for a group full of open-minded people who just love to help each other out, the Smoking Hot Confessions community is a great place to continue the conversation. Finally, however you listen to this episode, please subscribe, rate and review the show. It really helps me spread that barbecue love. So without further ado, grab yourself a chicken rib and a pale ale and turn your aircon up to 11 and join me as I melt in the hot Aussie sun at the Kondari BBQ Festival.
This is the internationally awarded Smoking Hot Confessions podcast with your host, Ben Arnott. How long's it been since your last confession?
Hey folks, Ben from Smoking Hot Confessions here. I'm at Kondari BBQ Battle on sunny Australia Day. I got with me right here, got Anthony from Bark BBQ. He's one of the OG Kondari teams.
Thanks for having us.
We're going to have a bit of a chat about what he's up to this weekend and what he's got planned for the 2019 season. So mate, how are you enjoying Kondari?
Mate, we were here last year for the inaugural Kondari Festival, and what I say, last year was fantastic. That's why we came back. This year is just... yeah, the promoter, Ali, has done a fantastic job. It's 10 times better this year, and if anyone gets a chance in the future years to come along, do it. It's well worth it. Beautiful, mate. So what's different this year from last year? Well, last year there was only 13 or 14 teams. This year they've bumped up to 25, 26 teams. 2018 we were behind these trees there on bitumen, and on Australia Day on bitumen she got a little bit warm. So Ali, the promoter, as I mentioned, has done a fantastic job listening to the teams and the feedback that she received, and this year she's actually gone and fully whipped down a whole paddock beside the resort, and we're on grass, so I can't ask for anything better. Yeah, grass does make a huge difference. It's your legs don't get nearly as sore, your feet don't get as sore, definitely.
Your back doesn't get as sore. It's so much better all around.
Yeah.
So now you had a bit of success here last year. Tell us about that.
Yeah, well, 12 months ago today, Bark debuted on the ABA circuit. Happy
anniversary!
And thank you very much. And it was our first comp, and we managed to get third in lamb up here, and being Australia Day as well. Iconic lamb hand-ins. Third was pretty happy. So hopefully this year we can replicate or do better.
So you got quite a bit of a reputation to fill this year.
Just a little bit, but we'll see how we go.
So what are you bringing in terms of your lamb game? What can you tell us without giving too much away?
So lamb, it comes from a woolly mammal. It can be sheared, used for jumpers, other clothing, fabrics, etc. And the meat's pretty tasty inside, so if it's cooked right.
So, okay, all right, I walked into that. I'll give you that. And tell us what's happening in 2019.
So 2019 is going to be a pretty big year for Bark. So obviously the first comp for us now, we're booked into Ipswich in May and looking at like a half dozen or more after that also. So we'll just sort of wait for the official calendar to come out and when comps get released and we'll get our foot in the door. So exciting year ahead as well for Black Bark. Michael Page, Heavenly Hell Hot Sauces, has jumped on board and
nice.
He's helping us. So fantastic rubs and sauces. So we can't sing enough praise for Pagey and his family.
Praise for Page. Hashtag praise for Page.
That's exactly right. So yeah, no, absolutely fantastic.
Mate, I love that. So what's your next competition on the calendar?
So Ipswich so far is booked in. Then we'll, like I said, we'll just look and see what other events come up on the calendar and when the promoters deem them open, and we'll get in and register. But yeah, half a dozen to a dozen comps this year. So
beautiful. Now I can see that your teammates are starting to give you the eye over here, but I got one more thing I want to ask you before you go.
Mate.
You're one of the more experienced judges on the Queensland end of the competition circuit here. What sort of insight does judging give you into being a competitor?
Oh, look, if you're a barbecuer that hasn't competed on the competition circuit before, 100% look into locking in a judging spot before you take that leap. I judged a handful of competitions before I came into the actual cooking competitive side of it. And it just really opened up my eyes to what the standard of the proteins are coming through, and give me an idea then, okay, well, this is what my taste, texture, appearance needs to be on a box. So 100%. Yeah, judging's well worth it, and the ABA has a fantastic judging criteria. So it's been retweaked a little bit for 2019. But jump onto ozbbq.com.au and look up the new judging criteria and, yeah, get along.
Sounds like a good day out, mate. Thank you very much for your time.
Not a problem,
and
Ben.
Best of luck in the competition.
Better get back to the pit. Cheers, mate.
Hey folks, with me here I've got Adam from Primal Lion BBQ. Now if you've been listening to the podcast, you would have heard him on episode, I want to say 12 of season 2, when we talked about presentation and all that sort of stuff in competition barbecue. But we're going to talk about a couple of different things today. But first of all, mate, is it warm enough for you today?
Answer, yes. Very, very, very warm. I can feel it seeping from the ground underneath me. It's that bloody warm.
Mate, I'm just thankful that we're not on bitumen.
Yeah, exactly. At least we're on grass this time. Yeah, beautiful. Last Australia Day was on bitumen and it was a killer. Absolute killer, yeah.
So aside from moving to bitumen onto grass, what's different between last year and this year here at Kondari?
Kondari last year, I was at Mooloolaba on Australia Day last year, so that was bitumen, but I understand they were on bitumen up here. So, but double the amount of teams and great turnout. Teams, the quality of the teams up here, just the vibe, the general vibe. The potluck dinner last night was amazing. You know, all the teams contributing to that.
I missed that because I couldn't take the day off work. I was so bummed.
Yeah.
What was what were some of the highlights from the potluck dinner?
Oh, cracked chicken from Big Crew Barbecue. Graham's just whipped out some cracked chicken. There were dumplings, there was samosa, someone had done some brisket beans. You know, we did some rump steak with some chimichurri. You know, it was gumbo from the boys at Smoking Hot Bros. It was awesome.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, it was pretty amazing just seeing a big table and just doing what we do in this barbecue community is just like get together and it's, you know, a big community. Yeah.
Now, as a food stylist, as we were just talking about before, one of the things I've noticed about your food that you present, that you played up for the judges, is it's so precise. Can you give us an idea of some of the different techniques that you do to get that presentation so precise?
It comes down to, like we've probably just seen in there, is using rulers, using tweezers, just that finesse, making things uniform. You know, when we do our chicken box, we do multiple amounts of chicken so we can pick the best pieces from it, so they're uniform, because the eye is naturally drawn to something that is has symmetry to it. Yeah, so that's what we look for when we're presenting a box. So make sure it's all symmetrical and it's pleasant to the eye. If it's not pleasant to the eye, it's not going to be tasty because you're already on the back foot.
Well, they do say that people eat with their eyes first. So.
Yeah, exactly. And you do. If you're having an unpleasant experience from the look of a plate of food, you're already expecting it to taste bad. You've got a lot to make up for. It would want to be bloody awesome to come back from it poorly presented.
Yeah, no doubt, mate. No doubt at all. Now, speaking of good presentation, things looking symmetrical, things looking great, you have a giant new shiny black smoker. Tell us about that.
We do have this beast of a thing. I suppose it was a long time in the works. We took delivery 2 weeks ago and still working out the little idiosyncrasies. I've already had a brisket fail on it.
Oh, no.
These things happen. You got a new pit. It's twice as big as the one we were cooking on. Mounted on a trailer, but we're pretty impressed with it. We're pretty happy. The packing of the trailer is just so much easier.
I'd imagine it would be.
Nothing getting strapped down. The smokers don't have to come off it. It's, so much easier. So much easier. So it's a Bullockhead Creek. Craig at Bullockhead Creek down at Sumner Park has worked really closely with us and spec'd it out for us and made it to our specification. So it suits our catering arm of the Prime Lion brand. And, what we've got is a commercial kitchen on wheels, essentially. Yeah.
Beautiful. Can you elaborate on that? What is on the trailer?
All right, so we've got a 30-inch smoker. We've got a warmer box with 7-tray warmer box.
Wow.
Which also doubles as a smoker with you opening up baffle plates. Your wood storage is on there. We've got a mounted toolbox on there. We have a double commercial sink, stainless steel benches that run the length of the pit, which is about 5 metres. Hand wash basin, which is completely separate. Hot and cold running water. 2 85-litre tanks that hold water underneath it.
Beautiful.
Yeah. So there's all these features and then plenty of storage. There's a storage compartment with an esky that slides out from under it so you're not lifting eskies on and off. And just all these little things that we worked with Craig really closely to build this amazing pit, and he's done an amazing job. So.
He absolutely has, mate. It just looks sensational. Yeah. So what are your plans and your goals for 2019? Are you going to be catering off the back of that thing?
Yeah, so probably a little bit of all of the above. Competitions, catering, lots of stuff. As a group, Prime Lion, we're really close-knit. All the families get together quite frequently. It just makes it easier to do. It'll probably do a bit of travelling, I would say. We've got about 8 or 9 comps this year.
Ooh.
We've already got 3 or 4 catering gigs early in the year. We've had inquiries for weddings next year, so...
Oh, wow.
It'll just start to come, full circle from there. More branding, more merch, all that sort of stuff. This feeds our addiction to barbecue so we can get out there and do competitions, right?
It's funny all the things we have to do on the side just to get the cash together to be able to compete.
Yeah, it's, this isn't a job for us. This is a hobby, and, we've got to fund that hobby somehow,
By starting a second job.
It is starting a second job, We're trying to make our second job as pleasurable as possible, right? So we go on barbecue, which we enjoy doing anyway, so...
Yeah, fantastic. Look, we're drawing close to the first hand in, so I will move along. Good. But I'm just going to say thanks very much.
Cheers, Ben.
And best of luck for the competition.
Excellent, man. Cheers.
G'day, folks. Ben from Smoking Hot Confessions here at the beautiful Kondari BBQ Battle. We got Turtle Lake over here behind us. I've actually never seen so many turtles in one place. It's incredible. And with me right now, I've got Aaron here from Hunters BBQ. We're going to have a bit of a chat about what he's been up to and what his plans are for 2019. So, mate, how's it going?
All right, Ben, how you going? Thanks very much for this.
Oh, you're welcome, mate.
So, we've got our first comp this year, obviously, here at Kondari, and then we're aiming for 7 this year that we're going to be competing in. 7, wow. Have you got them already mapped out? What are they going to be? Well, we've got Bundaberg, and then Brisbane, Bangalore, Kingaroy, Ipswich, Toowoomba. I think that's about it. So basically anything around southeast and mid-Queensland? Yeah, it makes it a bit easier for travel. Yeah, for sure. So, yeah, I mean, it's a long haul to keep doing, do the long distance one, so we try to keep it a bit closer and make it a bit easier with working full-time as well. Yeah.
Now, I've just got a quick bit of a question. I need some clarification. Are you actually competing or vending here today? You got like a ton of stuff out here. Tell us what's going on.
Oh yeah, well we're competing obviously, but we're just here representing our sponsors who support us really well. You know, they're small family businesses, pretty much most of them, and so we're sort of happy to try and give back to them a little bit and promote their products, and yeah, it seems to be doing really well.
So is that what sets Smoke Hunters BBQ apart from the other teams? Is it the sponsors' products? Is it the team members? Is it the skills they bring? What makes your team unique?
I think we're happy to sort of push the boundaries a little bit. Sometimes we've been noted for it a few times when judging, but you know, we just like to have it. We're just having a crack, but as I said, we're happy to support the people that support us. So and we use that as a mantra for the whole team. Every one of us is always happy to support all our guys that help us.
Fair enough. It's got to be quid pro quo, doesn't it?
Exactly. You can't just get all this stuff for free and just expect to do nothing in return. So that's what it's all about to us.
No. So tell me, what's your personal cut, your personal favourite cut to cook?
Me, I like my beef ribs. I really like my beef ribs. We're doing brisket here today, but yeah, if I was to do something at home, it'd be beef ribs. That's my favourite.
So it is an open beef category here today. So why did you go for the brisket over the beef ribs?
Well, we've done brisket at the last couple of competitions, and we're sort of just trying to improve, just trying to nail that. We've gotten close. In the last couple, Toowoomba we got 5th, and we were pretty close, and so it's just trying to perfect it. We did pretty well with our beef ribs at Kingaroy, but yeah, it's just trying to nail that brisket. I've sort of struggled, admittedly, a few times, so just trying to nail it down and repeat the process.
Love it. So what can you tell us about how you do your beef ribs?
Well, I don't know that I do anything super special. You know, like any of it, it comes down to cooking the protein properly and to begin with. You can chase the flavours all you like in the world, but if you don't cook it properly, it's not gonna help. It doesn't matter what it is. But you know, we used a really good product because Grant supplied the meat at Kingaroy from Manning Valley Naturally.
Manning
Valley, yeah.
Yeah.
So they were sensational. So you know, it started with a great product, and yeah, we really nailed it that day, and I mean, we're only 2 points behind the man himself.
Nice, you got to be happy with that.
That hurt.
Yeah. Well, look, mate, good luck with the competition. It's been great to catch up with you.
Yeah, no, good to see you.
If people were to come in today and to see you, what would be your recommendation for one of your products off here?
Oh, look, we really like the Tweed Real Food stuff. That's probably our biggest seller. As I said, she's a family farming family, and it's all gluten-free, GMO-free, all that sort of stuff. So you're safe feeding it to any friend or family or whatever, and you don't have to worry about it. And it just provides really nice flavours across the board that we've found in our range.
Fantastic, mate. Well, look, I'm sure the judges are going to pick up on that.
Yep.
And best of luck for the competition.
Okay, look, thanks very much, Ben. Really appreciate it.
Thank you.
Okay.
Hi, this is Ronnie Killen from Killen's BBQ, and this is Smoking Hot Confessions.
Hey folks, Ben from Smoking Hot Confessions here. We've wrapped up today at Kondari BBQ Battle. The sun has been really hot. I'm a mess, absolute mess. But mate, Shay from Smoky Days BBQ, how are you?
A mess as well, mate. A mess as well. It's been stinker.
Yeah, it's been shocking, mate. I don't know. You got a couple of trees here. Up our end, we had nothing. And we had two tents, one in front of the other. The front tent was 40 degrees and the back tent, which was the kitchen, was 50 degrees. So it has just been diabolical.
Yeah, we haven't had it that bad, mate. It's been nice and shady in this corner in the afternoon, so I feel for you.
Yeah. So, mate, tell me about Smoky Days BBQ. Who's on the team? How'd you get together? What's your background?
Oh, mate, basically, it's me, Shane and Russ. We started doing just general backyard barbecues on our own and then come together at a meet, and we kind of just spoke about smoked meat, brisket, pork ribs a lot, and they're like, oh, you do the same thing? Yeah, mate, yeah. And then from there we caught up, and then we went to a few competitions, we thought, let's compete, and that just started there.
So what was your first competition?
Port Mac last year.
Wow, go big or go home, lads.
Absolutely.
First one, barbecue wars.
Yeah, deep end first, and yeah, it's been fun ever since.
And how'd you go there?
Oh, we didn't do too bad. I mean, for a first go, it was, we're pretty happy with what we did. Learned a lot that weekend too. Learned a lot.
And how many comps have you done since?
We did the Port Mac. We did we did a small competition, Bow Desert. We did a Springfield Orion comp late last year. And then This is our 4th competition, yeah.
Oh, right,
Second
yeah.
ABA sanctioned competition, yeah.
Ah, gotcha. Okay, all right. So what's been the biggest thing that you've learnt so far since Barbecue Wars last year to now?
The single bite, slamming all that flavour into one bite. It's probably the biggest thing. Other than that, I don't know. You pick up little things along the way, especially having good neighbours you get to chat with. It's a great family environment. I mean, you bring the kids here and they have a good time, and yeah, I don't know. It's the only thing you can do competitively and still drink beer.
Yeah. My son's going to be dirty when I get home and he smells me and he realises that I haven't brought him to a barbecue competition. I'm going to be in big trouble.
Yeah.
So how'd you go this weekend?
Mate, we're pretty happy. We're really happy with all the handings this weekend, actually, yeah. Really have nothing bad to say until we hear our scores, and then we might give ourselves some
Yeah, right, fair enough. I think we're all guilty of that. So, all right, tell me a bit about what you got here. You got some interesting branded stuff of your own here.
Yeah, so we started with commercial stuff. We were pretty happy with, and then I don't know, the love that Shane has for food and spices, and he's a bit of a foodie and a bit of a scientist when it comes to spices. So he does all our rubs for us, and we actually came up with one that works fantastic with pork, and we've just started bagging it, and yeah, that seems to be the only one we've done so far. But we do all our own rubs and all our own sauces for all our meat. Yeah.
Wow! So you do all your own rubs, all your own sauces.
Yeah.
They're here for sale, and this is only your 4th comp.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to seeing what you guys get up to in 2019.
Absolutely.
So, speaking of, what are your plans for 2019?
We're pretty much competing at every Queensland competition we can get to.
Bundaberg, Brisbane, Burleigh, Ipswich.
Yeah, Brisbane Festival, Bangalore, we're going down there for that.
There's the NGN one at Bricks and...
Oh, White Bricks.
White Bricks
yeah,
Brewery.
Just heard about that one, yeah, so we'll try and get to that one as well. Yeah. So we hear about it, we're available, we'll be going there.
Love it, mate. Look, I'm going to cross my fingers for you for the hand-in for the awards.
Thank you.
I'm so fried. I'm so heat-stroked out. All right. Thanks, mate.
You, Ben. Thank you.
Hey folks, Ben from Smoking Hot Confessions here, only slightly melted now that I'm standing in the shade. I'm starting to re-solidify now, I'm cooling down a bit. Pitmaster Mike, how are you feeling at the end of the day?
Ben, mate, I am pretty tired. It has been a hot day. It's been the hottest comp we've ever competed in. We've made it a rule up until now not to do comps in January. I know why, but mate, it's Australia Day, so yeah, no, it's been good. Hervey Bay obviously has turned the weather on, turned the temperature up, but mate, 4 categories, hour apart. It hasn't been too hectic. We've kept well hydrated. We mostly got decent amounts of sleep last night, so I think we've come out fairly well unscathed.
It's it's amazing just how important that little bit of sleep actually is, just what that kind of difference can make.
We're trying it as a new technique this year, like actually trying to get sleep, so we'll see how it goes. I think it's probably like one of those things that the top teams probably do better than the rest of us, so I'm trying to take a leaf out of their book and actually get sleep at comps.
Yeah.
For something different.
Yeah, right. So speaking of last year and how you've been doing things, tell me about last year. I understand it's been quite a bit of a big year for you. You got a couple of bits of exciting news to share.
Mate, well, last year was, I guess, our second full year on the circuit. We did 6 comps in total, which is our most, 4 ABA, and we did 2 comps with the National Grilling Network, who are a new mob on the scene, who have started up. We've done their first 2 comps, Regatta last year and
Springfield, I think.
And Springfield, yeah. So, we've supported them and been on board with their vision to start, I guess, another alternative for barbecue comps. I think they're trying to lower the barrier to entry by putting on comps where meat is included in the entry price. Up till now, I don't know how long they'll keep that model going, but mate, it's been good. It's been good to have another option out there for teams. So far, they've been local to us, which is always good. And yeah, look, mate, I love cooking. I cook most weekends anyway, so. Happy to do another comp. So this year, mate, we've got some new sponsors on board, which obviously excited about, but also, ups the pressure a little bit. We've got that little bit more expectation on us.
A little bit more obligation.
Yeah, it's not just about having fun and drinking a lot. It's now there's a few more people to I guess carry their expectation as well. So we've got Clean Heat actually have come on board with us this year as charcoal sponsor, and as you know, Abel is an amazing supporter of low and slow barbecue in Australia.
He's a huge supporter of the scene, yeah.
He is, mate. So we're stoked to have Clean Heat on board. I've been cooking with his charcoal at home. Love it. We use it to fire our pits. Obviously, our Weber Smoky Mountain runs on Clean Heat. I use it to fire up the hog pit trailer. And I guess that probably leads into, the other partnership we've struck up in the last few months. Hog pit smokers, Jamie
nice.
McNally, who I know you know. Mate, I've actually recently personally acquired model 001, I guess.
Nice. The
smokers.
prototype,
The prototype.
001.
Yeah, his first trailer that he built originally for himself. I think it was a freestanding model originally. He then put it on a trailer. Mate, it's been around. I think Dr. Q used it in Brisbane 2 years ago, and I think they came either reserve grand champion or third overall in that comp that year. They were next to us.
I remember that. Yeah.
Linda Zammit was there.
She flew up.
Was flying up to manage the pit because she had a hog pit trailer at the time as well. Mate, Jamie's pits are fantastic. Like, the build quality is second to none, I think, in terms of domestic-made pits in Australia at the moment. The support from Jamie himself is fantastic, so I'm happy to support him. I'm happy to, I want to see his business grow to be as much as it can be. Steve from Ironwood Smokers, my teammate, is currently waiting on delivery of his new pit, which is 30-inch trailer.
I've heard that's going to be a pretty special custom unit.
All the bells and whistles. So it's got, Jamie loves to throw, I think, extra features. So stainless steel, grill grates, insulated firebox, obviously, which I love. The insulated firebox on my model. It is a game changer. It definitely, helps up the game and gives you more options. Mate, I can go from 250 to 350 in about 15 minutes in that pit, just by loading up that firebox and cranking the fire. So I can go from cooking brisket and then take the brisket off and have chicken wings, the smoker loaded with chicken wings within half an hour. So it's pretty awesome. Jackalope Trading, or Jackalope Slow Foods, have come on board with us as our rub sponsor this year. So really stoked. Those guys are local to us in Brisbane. Todd and Ben. They're local guys. They've been in the scene for a while, making rubs and just and their product is good quality. So stoked to have them on board. Obviously we're carrying over Ironwood Smokers and two butchers from last year. So mate,
I'm so happy for you, because I know that you guys have been on the scene for a while. You've been going to comps around and around and around. You've jumped on the show a couple of times now, and it's really great to see you starting to reap those rewards of that hard work you've been doing.
Hopefully, man. Hopefully, yeah. Oh, look, I think we've done it long enough now. It's our third year. It's to that point now where we should be able to cook all right. So, I like to think we come across like we know what we're doing. So, hopefully we could, get some good results, mate. We got, I think, 3 call-ups out of 6 comps last year, so that's not bad.
That's very good.
So, hoping to, maybe do a bit better this year. I think we just got nudged out of the ABA top 50 last year, so finished 53rd, I think, from memory. But mate, that top 50 is just like a who's who of amazing barbecue teams. So mate, just stoked to even be that close to the top 50.
No doubt, mate.
Year. So mate, looking forward to another year. I think we're committed so far for at least 4 more comps after this one. Probably do at least 6 again. We all work full time, so it's tough. It's expensive.
There's only so much annual leave to go around.
I know. That's tough as well. And even when you're on annual leave, there's no one to do your work for you. So, but mate, good to see you again. Good to chat with you. Loving the podcast, by the way. I just
thank you.
Throw that in there.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
I still haven't caught up with the latest season, but I'm still plugging away, listening to it in the car on my way to work. So, mate, it's good to talk to you again.
Well, thank you very much, mate. Thank you for your time.
Cheers.
Your teammates are all packing up here behind us, so I'm going to jump out of your way and I'm going to let you go home.
Oh, yeah, we'll let them go. They've got it under control. Cheers, buddy. Thanks, Ben. See you, mate.
Hey folks, Ben from Smoking Hot Confessions here. We're in the shade now. We're in, it's 20 to 5 in the afternoon, so the sun has gone down a bit. And I've tracked down a long-time friend of the show, Matt from Smoking Sappers. Mate, how's Kondari been for you?
Mate, this is actually, it hasn't been a bad comp. I like it. It's it's not too big, it's not too small. But it was hot. It was really, really hot. It's probably the hottest comp I've ever been to. But we've got an industrial fan in the corner, and it sort of helped keep us cool, and you have regular breaks to cool down. But as a whole, the comp itself, I really like it. It's been really good.
It has been a beautiful spot. We've been on this giant grass field here, which has just been magic because this kind of temperature on bitumen would just be killer.
I wouldn't have been able to do it. Like people would, it's like there are some big rigs, doing barbecue, and that heat coming up off that ground, that's not good for them. And like I think some guys might have crashed and burned if that had happened.
It's not good for me, mate. I had to give myself a timeout in the air conditioning in the pub because my barbecue was about to come back. So.
We were fighting for who was going to get to take the hand-in boxes in through the restaurant to get some aircon time. No, it was good. It's been a really good comp. Like I like it. I like these comps in around southeast Queensland, especially. All the teams that are here they're all good friends, and like even the new teams that come and start, everybody's like as per usual is more than happy to help each other out. More than happy to if you've got an extra power cable, have you got maybe some rub that I need or anything else. And the guys are really happy, and it's really good to see, and I love it. It's and I think it really speaks well for the character of the comp team people that anybody can just come and feel as welcome as they can.
Something that I love to see, just building off what you were saying, was you see a lot of these experienced teams nowadays will actually like throw their tent open at night time during prep time, and they will actually invite all the new teams to come over. Hey, righto, come on lads, come see how it's done.
Yeah.
And they give them a bit of a like a lesson, a tutorial in prep at the comp.
Yeah. So, I remember when we were starting our first comp was at Brisbane in 2016, and Mitch from the Meat Sweats just came into our tent. He's like, come on.
I was there. I remember that. Yeah.
He's just like, I'll show you how to trim this brisket, because I had no idea. But he's like seeing that sort of stuff, and you're right, throwing their tent open, it's really good to see. And I know the bros are really good at it. Smoking Hot Bros, they're legends at helping people that are starting out. Chris helped me a lot when I was starting as well. And
same.
Look, dude, and all these guys are happy to help, and it's the Drunk on Smoke guys, I love them. They're just so much fun to sort of hang out with. And again, they'll tell you everything. They have zero secrets about anything that they do. They'll tell you the whole lot. And whether or not it's because they've had 15 beers, it doesn't matter. It's like, it's good to go, because you'd sit and have 15 with them anyway. It's like, that's why they keep us separate now.
Oh, hang on, kid.
Oh, look out, buddy. How you doing?
No, he's going to run back. Okay. All right. Just had a small child about to run through and rip this cable out.
Yeah.
Okay, so 2018. How was 2018 for you?
It started out really well, and then we sort of hit a plateau. We kept sort of getting the just outside of the top three, the top call-outs, no trophies and stuff for the second half of the year, which was sort of can get a little bit disheartening, to tell you the truth. When you know, or you're just getting a fourth, or you're getting like equal fourth, fifth, and you can't really get anywhere, and you feel like you're lost in the twilight zone, because you may as well, you're like, should I have come? I didn't win any trophies and I got fourth overall. What is going on here? It's frustrating.
It's like you've been running a hurdle race, and then the last hurdle is just twice the size of the one before, and you're just not quite sure if you're going to be able to get over it or not.
No.
So.
And the team, so the boys like Andrew and Dale, and they get frustrated, and we all get frustrated, and you sort of help each other out, and you drag each other through it, and it's good that way. You've got to get a good team together, and as long as you've got a good dynamic, and I think we do. We like to bicker like we're like siblings, but it's good fun in the end, and we're all good mates.
Yeah. So tell me about 2019 then. What do you got planned?
So this year we'll probably, due to work, we'll probably have to wind back. We won't be doing as many comps as we did last year, but we will pick and choose the ones that we want to do. So again, we'll sort of stick around the southeast Queensland space. We'll always go to Port Mac, because it's just, you have to, you can't not. but I'm really looking forward to seeing what happens with the KCBS stuff starting to come in as well. So
I think that's going to be interesting this year, yeah.
Yeah, and we've never done a KCBS comp, so we're looking forward to probably giving a crack at one, and we'll see how it works out.
Are you doing Burleigh? Burleigh's KCBS.
Well, there's a couple of spots left at Burleigh, and I have sent down and said, yeah, look, I think we'll go. I think we'll sign up for it and go down. I think it'll be because I like Burleigh. Last year's Burleigh really tore my soul out.
That was rough. Last year's Burleigh was rough,
and it was our worst comp of the year, and like score-wise, because it was rough. That rain and the storms and it was just miserable, and it was the worst part of barbecue. But it was, you take the good with the bad and all the bad with the good, and it was really good. And again, the team, as long as you've got a good team and everybody that's backing each other up, trying to cheer each other up, and it's good. Like one of us might have a bit of a splinter, and the other two will either give him some stick, or if he's being a little bit serious about it, it's like, come on, mate, give us a hug. And then most of the time, Dale will run away because he doesn't do hugs. But it's good. It's good to have, like I said, you've got to have a good team dynamic. If you don't, and you get to those comps where like the hot and people can be snappy, or the storm and the misery like Burleigh was, it can tear teams apart. And it's as long as you're good mates, it's going to be good.
That's good advice, mate. Look, thank you very much for your time, and I wish you all the best for 2019.
Cheers, Ben. You too, mate.
Hey folks, Ben for Smoking Hot Confessions here. We've got about 6 minutes now till awards presentation, so we've got to get this last interview out, but I couldn't leave Kondari without talking to Drew from Barbecue Mafia. Dead set legend on the Aussie scene. Mate, how have you enjoyed Kondari?
Oh, it's been fantastic, mate. She's been a little bit warm, but it's been great,
A little bit.
It's been great. It's only been the two of us, Ryan and myself, so we were very organised and well-oiled machine, and we've had a pretty good cook, so we'll see, though. That could come 25th, though. You don't know.
That's part of competition
exactly
barbecue,
right.
though. Yeah.
Exactly.
So what's been your favourite hand in today?
We're pretty happy with our beef, which is always pretty good. Our chicken was good, but we just try to get consistent with everything we do, mate. Like, rather than have a standout, just, even keel.
Yeah, right, cool. So the last time that I caught up with you was in August at Burleigh.
That's right.
When we were cooking in the middle of a tropical cyclone.
Yes.
So how did 2018 round out for you?
Oh, mate, we had a pretty good finish to 2018, to be completely honest. We head over to Kansas City to the Royal and competed twice, mate, and had 2 call-ups, both in brisket.
Beautiful.
5th in the Invitational and then 7th in the Open, mate, out of almost like 480 teams. So
wow.
Aussie brisket from Casino in northern New South Wales, Security Foods, meat at Billy's, mate. It was a real bucket list ticked off for us boys. So.
Oh, no doubt, man. No doubt.
Yeah, great time.
So how's 2019 looking for you?
Oh, look, it's looking good. We're just about to release all our rubs in shakers. We're attending both Meat Stock Sydney and Melbourne to do some demos for the team there and have a bit of a pop-up shop. And we're just going to try and get around the circuit and compete a bit as well. So we're looking forward to it.
Love it. And any overseas plans?
No, we're going to stay in Aussie this year, mate. That cost us a lot of money to go and do that. So I think we might just stay home and let some of the other teams go and get the riches over there this year, hopefully, mate. Cross fingers.
Yeah. I got a feeling we're going to see more and more Aussies heading stateside as we progress.
I think a couple of the boys could almost win the Invitational over there, mate. There's some real talent in this country, and we just love them all, mate. We're right behind all of the boys, so hopefully they can get it done.
And the last thing I want to ask you, because I literally got 3 minutes to go, the new Mafia Mobile, man.
Yeah,
how good's
nice,
that?
Mate. New marquee, new Mafia Mobile. We're stepping it up for 2019, so we're just going to pay it off now. But we'll worry about that later. Sell a few rubs, buy a rub off us, guys.
That's future Drew's problem.
Exactly right. Yep.
All right, mate. Well, I've got to wrap it up there because we do have to run.
Excellent.
But thank you very much for your time. I'm sure everybody's appreciated hearing what your plans are for 2019.
Yep.
And I'm sure I'll see you up getting a trophy here today.
No worries, mate.
Thank you.
Thanks, guys.
Got a project you'd like to work on with the SHC team? Shoot Ben an email on ben@smokinghotconfessions.com and let's have a conversation.
Thanks for coming down for the presentation. So that's a wrap for the 2019 Kondari Festival. I've got Ali here to present the prizes and we'll announce the winners. What we're going to do, we're going to announce the top 10 for each category. And if we can have the top 3 come up to collect their prizes, including a trophy and some cash from Ali. I think everybody will agree it's been a terrific event. Ali and her team have put in a massive effort to put it together. It's a sign of an outstanding promoter that on the day when everybody's tired and worn out, that you're having a chat with her and she's already talking about next year and her plans for next year and how bigger and better it is going to be in 2020. So, yeah, again, if you can put your hands together for Ali and her team, that's great. So, without further ado, we got chicken. So we had a 4-way tie for 7th place. 7th, we've got Low and Slow Barbecue Shack. Hey. Pickled Pitmasters. Bay Burnt Bits. Hey. Dry Rub Thugs. In 6th place, we have the Charcoal Project. 5th, Black Bark BBQ. 4th place, Primal Lion. And in 3rd place, come up and get your trophy and your check, Barbecue Mafia. Second place, chicken. Drunk on Smoke. Okay, first place, chicken. Grilling in the Name of. Okay, on to lamb. We had a 2-way tie for 9th. Pit Crew Barbecue and the Empire Strikes Back. 8th place, Low and Slow Barbecue Shack. We had a 2-way tie for 6th. Smokin' Sappers and Pits and Giggles. 5th place, Drunk on Smoke. 4th place, TB2 Barbecue Smokers. Okay, so the top 3. 3rd place, Lamb, the Charcoal Project. Okay, 2nd place, Lamb, Country Boys Barbecue. Okay, 1st place, Lamb, 3rd Degree Burns. Okay, pork ribs. We've got a 2-way tie for 9th. The Smokin' Hot Bros and the Empire Strikes Back. 8th place, Smoky Days Barbecue. We've got a 2-way 6th place tie, Pits and Giggles and Grilling in the Name of. 5th place, Black Bark Barbecue. 4th place, Basty Boys Low and Slow. Okay, 3rd place, Pork Ribs, Barbecue Addiction. Okay, 2nd place, Pork Ribs, Country Boys Barbecue. Okay, 1st place in pork ribs. The standard of pork ribs is really high at this competition, so I didn't see too many ribs that didn't look good, and they obviously tasted good and texture was good as well. But 1st place in pork ribs was Prime Lion. Okay, moving on to beef. We had a 2-way tie for 10th. Country Boys Barbecue and Smokin' Sappers. 9th place, Primal Lion. 8th place, Grilling in the Name of. 7th place, Pit Crew Barbecue. 6th place, Black Bark Barbecue. 5th place, Signature Smoke. 4th place, Barbecue Mafia. 3rd place in the beef category, we've got the Empire Smokes Back. Okay, second place in the beef category, we've got Smoky Days Barbecue. Okay, first place in the beef category, Smoke and Daggers. Okay, moving on to the business end. So I'm going to read out the top 10, although there's a couple of ties in there as well. And we've got trophies for Reserve Grand Champion and the Grand Champion. So in a two-way tie for 9th, we've got Pits and Giggles and Third Degree Burns. 8th place, Smoky Days Barbecue. We have a tie for 6th, the Empire Smokes Back and the Charcoal Project. 5th place, Grilling in the Name of. 4th place, Black Bark BBQ. 3rd place, Prime Lion. Okay, the Reserve Grand Champion for the 2019 Kondari Festival is Country Boys BBQ. Got a big trophy and $800 in cash for the 2019 Grand Champions of the Kondari Festival, Barbecue Mafia.
Oh, great. Thank you. Thanks so much.
Oh, I just want to thank you guys. Can everyone put their hands together for all these great guys to make all this happen? Great, thank you.
Thanks, guys. Thanks for making the festival what it is. It was a great weekend. Thank you.
And there you have it, family, the 2019 Kondari BBQ Festival. Massive congrats go out to Country Boys BBQ for their RGC and, of course, Barbecue Mafia for their Grand Champion prize. Before I let you go, I want to remind you about the Smoking Hot Confessions community on Facebook, and if you have a minute, it'd really help me out if you could subscribe, rate and review the show. The ratings and reviews trigger the algorithms and make Apple distribute the podcast further and wider, so they are really important and very much appreciated. This episode's supporter shout-out goes to Little Evil 86, who writes, "Really insightful podcast with some great guests from Australia and overseas." Little Evil 86, you ain't that evil, mate, trust me. Thanks for your 5-star rating and thanks for leaving that awesome review. And that's the end of the show. Till next time, take care of each other and keep on queuing.
Thanks for listening to the Smoking Hot Confessions podcast. Head on over to smokinghotconfessions.com for recipes, tips, and Ben's own confessions.